So this is going to be part 1 of the 240 resurrection. We have not touched the car at all. This is exactly how we got it. So I wanted to document the process and want to see the before and afters. I think it's cool to document stuff like this, not only for the people, but for myself. Looking back on it in like 20 years, I think it would be pretty cool to see where we started and where it ends up. So I'm gonna give you a tour, give you a story of the car, and then we'll go from there. So the car popped up on Facebook Marketplace. It was listed for $2,500, and I already knew Buddy got 100 messages, so I just offered him $3,000. He said, come get it. Went the next day. We could tell it was rusty from the photos, but we didn't know how rusty it was. So we showed up, we looking at it. Pretty rusty. So we were looking at it. We were like, nah. It was in the corner of his property. I'll insert a clip of kind of how bad it was. What in the Jiminy Cricket ass motherfucker is this, man? Fuck up. What the fuck?
What the fuck we doing?
So me, Tyler, and Carson had a little powwow, put our heads together like a huddle. We're like, man, this thing's bad. So we offered the guy like $1,800. He said the lowest he would go is $2,000. So I was like, nah, $240 for $2,000, not that bad. We're in northern Ohio, so 240s are very hard to come by, especially in good condition or even bad condition. So we gave him $2,000. We had to move about 3 cars out of the way, maneuver this old girl around a pool, around a bunch of stuff. But we got it out. Probably took like an hour and a half, 2 hours, pushing it around. Then we got it on the trailer. It's about a 2-hour drive home. And then unloaded the car as it sits here. And I went to go take the trailer back home, or back to where it was. Frame snapped in half, scraping down the road. So got real lucky on that. Luckily the car wasn't on the trailer when it broke. Not good either way. But that's about all caught up to where we are now. And I think we're gonna bring you around the car right now. So this car was picked up at an estate sale. It was a 1-owner car. And the guy we bought it from bought it at the estate sale. Not sure how much he bought it for. But it sat for about a year because he was waiting for the title to come in. He finally got the title about a week before we bought it. So by the time he got the title, he was kind of done with it, moved on to his next projects, which he had a lot of projects. Says the fuel sending unit is bad. Car cranks over is free. So we're gonna try to get some fuel sent to it and see if we can get this thing at least running for a couple seconds or get this thing driving, who knows. So I don't know that much about 240s, but apparently the non-sunroof version is rare. It has full interior. Not awesome interior, but it's there. I'd say the worst thing is the seats, which we're gonna have some bucket seats in there anyways. One crack on the dash there. It's got 114,000 miles, if that's true. Has the factory 5-speed manual. And everything is here. Even has the privacy cover for the back hatch. Back here, it's pretty clean. It doesn't smell musty or anything, so there's no water in here. See, there is some rust. This is just the start of it. And you can see they I would guess that they did diagnose the sending unit since they have it open. Then for the back side here, there's that hole in the trunk, and then there's a pretty large hole in the frame here. Lots of Swiss cheese everywhere. The quarter's pretty gone here. Got some rust here on the rear quarter. The whole rocker's pretty bad. And then here's the frame. This is probably the worst of it. That is pretty gone. Has some pretty custom underglow, which is pretty sweet. But up until probably here is gone. And they do sell the repair kit for it. The floor is damaged. We really want to get this thing up on a lift and check it out, see if it's actually repairable, but we kind of want to just try our hand at a restoration. And I'd rather resurrect a 240 than part it out, especially in today's market. Same rust on this side. And then this side, frame rail is pretty solid for the most part. But we want to at least get it running, see what we can do before we get too far into it. Here's the condition of the motor. The only thing I'm really seeing that's damaged is this coolant overflow reservoir. And then there's some interesting wire here that I believe is for these aftermarket fog lights. But other than that, everything is untouched, kind of messed with. So that gives me a little bit more hope than having something that's been tinkered with and botched together. So I just pulled all the plugs. They look pretty clean, in my opinion. They're not black or anything. But cylinder 4, if that's cylinder 4, had a different spark plug. These are all Bosch, and this one had a auto light. Not exactly sure what's up with that. But next I'm about to check spark. And probably soak the cylinders, throw some oil in each cylinder and let it soak for a bit. The car hasn't ran since like 08 or very close to that time, so who knows what it looks like in there. We got the lubrication. It's some 520 with some bugs in it. I don't even see. Oh my god. Okay, so just oh my. Okay, so just imagine I'm pouring it into the cylinder. I got a smoothie straw and a little feeder. Let's hope some gets in here. Okay. Definitely got some in cylinder 3. Finally. Cylinder 4. Oh, 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 all over the, oh, oh, oh. All over the header. If and when she runs, she'll be smoking. All right, we got a fuel pump from a gas can to the fuel line. Gotta hook it up on constant power. There she goes. The gas can has a filter in it, and I can only put the fuel line in so far. It was running out too fast. So now I got this Trout trash can full of gas. I'm about to put the fuel pump in there and fucking give her hell. All right, here we go. So now that access that squirts out, I'll go back in there. The return line, you know, I'm not too smart. I'm not sure if the return line, if I'm sending too much fuel, it goes right back into the tank. I don't know. Okay, the return line does go to the tank. So I've been pumping fresh fuel into the tank. Not really that big of a problem, but whatever. So now we have a nice fuel fountain on the 240. Oh! Infinite gas hack. Let's try to get this thing fired up. Oh, I don't know what we're smoking, but we're smoking something. Might be a seized pulley. Might be smoking the belt, but whoo, she runs. It's a little stinky, but she go for sure. Boom! She runs on her own. Fuel system is perfect. Sounds like she's got a noisy top end, but other than that, got the truck off. She's running on her own. Let's see if I'm pushing my luck here. Oh, tires are a bit flat. All right, we're taking today as a win. Let's go. It stopped smoking. We had it running for a minute. Stopped smoking. So I don't know what that was. Maybe a pulley was stuck and now it's not stuck. But I have also realized that the cooling fan and water pump does not have a belt on it. So do not want to overheat it. But other than that, it runs. Like the fuel system doesn't leak at all. And we obviously have spark. Cylinders sound like they're all firing. Nice. Buddy definitely never took the sending unit out because those bolts were seized. It's a little dirty in there, but for only 10 cents a day,
you too can contribute to the revival of this Nissan 240 SX. 10 cents a day is all we ask. Please, please.